Open Your Eyes is brought to you by the Belize Bank, our country, your bank, and Smart, bringing people together.
Good morning.
And welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning, right?
I'm Sabrina Daly.
I'm Paul Lopez.
And I'm April Martinez. Good
And
morning.
what the Friday?
Friday.
Guys, where's the energy? What
I know,
the
right?
Friday?
It is
What?
Friday.
No.
Is it though?
Yeah.
That on that jump scaring you this morning.
Unlightning Paul. It's
Turn
raining
the
cats and
unlightning.
dogs in Borough Boom.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I'll tell you, I don't have no umbrella. I watch my little rubber boots and I say, if I go put on this rubber boots right now, but walk downstairs where it's pouring rain with no umbrella, what difference it makes?
Yeah.
So I just got downstairs just like
And
that.
then April, you drive. You
So
the drive
no,
for
I
about
did
fun.
want to take this opportunity to give anybody that is driving down the George Price Highway at the moment to please drive with caution. It is raining really. I almost never make it. I almost turn back and say,
Oh, really?
sorry guys.
It was
yeah,
that bad?
it was.
Yeah.
I couldn't see Paul, and because of all of the construction that's taking place on the highway,
Aye.
it's really difficult.
Oh, yes,
and
you're
so
right,
I'm
actually.
cautioning a lot of people that are out there. If you need to get from point A to point B, just you don't have to rush. You know, you'll get there eventually.
Maybe it calm down by now.
Hopefully, but
Well, Paul, you can see the window
yeah,
outside.
I
Does it look pretty
honestly.
calm to you?
Does it look like it's
not
clearing
raining.
up?
It's overcast.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was really difficult. Like I feel like a lot of people were just driving with their hazard lights, really trying to take it easy, and I just hope that I don't get stranded at Belize City again this time.
No, well, I'm glad you made it and you made it safe
Yes,
as well.
yes,
That's
have to.
important. We have April in one piece
Yes,
this morning.
we do.
And we actually have her here, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
hopefully the weather kind of
Calms down
subsides
a
or
little
calms
bit,
down
yeah.
because there's a lot happening in Belmopan today.
There's a lot happening
There's a
over the
house
weekend.
meeting
Yes.
taking place this morning, and that means that all road leads to Belmopan in terms
If we
of
could
all
get there.
your representative. Hopefully, right? Because you could imagine road block off,
Yeah.
and that just
Potential flooding too. I can tell you on the
Yeah.
Philip Golson Highway, the direction that I came from, it was already starting to flood. We know that whenever a few hours of rain happens, at least in Ladyville, the roads become a bit flooded, and so I noticed that when I left this morning. And so the same message goes out to people on my side of the country. Take caution on the road. Anywhere really that's known to have flooding, where construction is
Yes.
taking place, you know that you might not be able to see those potholes. And in general, areas that have poor visibility, slow down, put on your hazard, and just cruise. I'm sure
drive.
your job will understand, unless you work on TV.
Yeah,
and
so
you have
I
to
don't-
be concerned.
I don't know how extreme it is. So my advice would
Yeah.
be for people to also lock into official sources. So go on the National Met website and really find out for yourself the volume
Yeah.
of rains that you can expect in your community. Hydrology also provides some really good forecasts on flooding, if that's something you're concerned about. Just so you could plan your day accordingly. In Belize City, it doesn't look like we are going to get any sort of flooding
calm this
here,
morning.
right?
Yeah.
So plan informed.
I used
right?
to say, you want to know how bad it bad, Paul? You know when you put on your bright lights, right? And
Your high beam?
Your high beam. All you see the water. You don't see anything else coming at you. That's how bad it was this morning.
Yeah. I know
So just
exactly what
so
you're
just
talking about.
please be careful. But guys, we have What the Friday scheduled for you all this morning, and we're right here on the couch. I think the weather called it for us to be kind of like
Yeah, we want
cozy
cozy
down
right?
while
That's
leaving.
what happened.
Yeah,
But-
you don't right now. I don't mind me when I was go sleep.
We give Paul his own couch, and this is
Exactly.
what happened, guys.
All right, you guys
Sabrina,
are such a trip.
what
Yeah, let's jump into our show lineup, and then after that, I think we might need to jump into the comment section because I see people very active at this time already sharing their thoughts. Some talking about the rain and just sharing what the vibe is like their side. But this morning is going to be a jam-packed show, guys, and it's also going to be one of those shows with a lot of beautiful people joining us. But we're going to start things off the usual way on Friday, opening the phone lines to you guys to share your thoughts on various topics. We have some hot button topics we want to discuss this morning, but also we want to pick your brain and leave it. It's only controversial questions we might be throwing out as well, and we want to get your thoughts on that. Then after that, I know that this weekend, some people were hoping for that extended weekend.
I'm sorry, girl.
I'm so sorry to inform you.
It is Emancipation, and in lieu of Emancipation Day, of course, I encourage everyone to come out in their cultural attire.
Yeah.
But it is going to be Emancipation Day tomorrow. It is August 1st, and it is a public and bank holiday. It's just going to be on
a Saturday. You know how that works, right? So then they got an event tomorrow, though?
They are having Ibo Town Festival.
The Ibo Town Festival. So that's also on the list of what we'll be talking about.
Oh, we will.
Celebrating community and culture.
No, you're right.
And then also Taste of Belize, Masterclass with the Belize Tourism Board. Hopefully we get to drink a little dranky drink.
We might.
And then it's also pageant season, guys. We will be highlighting two separate pageants taking place, making history with Belize's first Miss Black International, and then closing things off with Miss Universe Belize 2026. We finally get to meet the delegates.
I know.
Have you guys seen them online?
Sab and I have been scoping the
pageants. We won't touch.
Yeah, we have our thoughts.
Over the weekend, we did after we room and we were like, okay, so this is what I think about this one.
Wait, so only they scrutinize the people?
We the prejudge.
We the prejudge.
Based by what?
On what we're seeing
what picture could tell you?
It's not just a
A picture could say 1,000 words.
Oh, wow. Okay. But every delegate has their own campaign, their own advocacy and all of that jazz. And so we've just been scoping it out. And especially since the Miss Universe Belize is under new management, eyes are on them a lot more.
Yeah, I know. I've seen the pictures. Beautiful ladies.
Yeah.
I
don't know why you act like you never do that in a kitchen.
Why you talk more, girl? Stop it. Stop it. I don't know what you talk about. I drink my coffee.
But I'm looking yes, Sabrina, continue.
Yeah, so that's what we have lined up for you guys. You can really tell the difference during the week when it's a Friday and the conversation just gets so candid.
I'm not sure if it was the right move to put us on this couch because we really are cozy today.
All right, so you've given the show lineup.
Yes.
But of course, the first segment of our Friday morning shows is always about the call-in segment, right? And so we do want to encourage you all to call in. This morning we have a few topics on the lineup, some heavy topics as well as some more lighter controversial topics, and we'll see how far we get. We have about half an hour to just really throw our thoughts out and have these discussions. So the first one will be them taking a closer look, or we'll continue our conversation that we began yesterday on the liquor license reform. We saw where the Belize City Council, in collaboration with the Ministry of Rural Transformation, held a consultation here in Belize City, and this is an ongoing process. These consultations are taking place nationally, right? And so we'll be looking at that. And we have here on the list as well some more lighter but controversial questions. And I find our audience, they tend to respond well to these as well, right? So the first one, should adult children pay rent if they still live at home?
Not
right?
that to me.
I'm talking to you.
Not that to me.
Children, you pay rent. Well,
not that to me.
Would you rather own land or
Yes.
drive your dream vehicle?
Land.
And if you
And you
want,
say that while you have a vehicle.
No, but I mean, I would rather own land.
so would you sell your vehicle to
And
buy
catch
a
bus?
piece of land?
Yes.
Where you can't get to work on time.
Some sacrifices have to be made. Let me finish and
Okay,
I'll tell you why.
Yes,
Finish and
all
I'll
right.
tell you why.
And if you won $50,000, what's the first thing?
Pay my loan.
Yes. So
I
those
don't answer
are,
all the questions.
those are the topics we have up for discussion this morning, and our phone lines will be open. You could call us, and the number, of course, will
It's
pop up on the screen right now.
2800016.
2800016. So feel free to call and share your thoughts.
Before we jump into all of it, just want to say good morning to all of our viewers, our loyal viewers that keep watching. Michelle Sampson, I see you, girl. I know what kind of public and bank holiday when the banks will already be closed. I totally get it.
Yeah, right.
I don't make the rules. I just work here. You know, Esther Courtney Wedderburn is asking where she can get an OIE mug. Producers, I hope you're listening.
Come to OIE,
Come
Esther.
to OIE.
And go drink some coffee with me.
Yes, girl, Diani, I made it in one piece. Thank you so much for checking in. Otto Esquivel says good morning. Mish Hemsley's good morning. Good morning to everyone that is in our comment section below. But guys, I think for our first conversation, I was listening to you both speak on the liquor license conversation and the public consultations. They had them in Belmopan as well.
Oh, that's what they've already had them in Belmopan.
So I think that, well, I don't know what the turnout was like in Belmopan. I'm not sure if it had the same amount as Belize City. If somebody from Belmopan is watching, you could maybe let us know. But we definitely heard more from the voices here in Belize City. You all covered
I think because we covered it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that the idea of reform is always a good conversation to have. I just think that the consultation can't stop here, especially if you have a low turnout for these conversations, because it doesn't just affect business owners, right? It affects communities, parents, children, and etc.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? I found that the liquor license or the Liquor License Act, it's called the Intoxicating Liquor License Act.
Yes.
Intoxicating.
Yeah,
Intoxicating Liquor License Act.
It's so outdated that it has some pieces of regulation that in today's day would likely be considered discriminatory, right? In a modern framework, right? So here it is. Like, if you go to section 42 of the Act, you'll find where it says that establishments with these licenses are not to harbor reputed thieves and prostitutes, right? That's still in our Liquor License Act. So it says, so it's essentially saying that if you know somebody that was a thief and they got a reputation as being a thief, they're not supposed to be in your establishment to sell alcohol. And if you know somebody that was a prostitute, they're not supposed to be in our place to sell alcohol.
What if you're a reformed thief?
And if you never, and this is exactly how the law pointed out right now, right? It's just showing you how antiquated it is. And if you, the law says, if you find out that then they're there, then you have to remove them from your establishment. The same legislation, again, another example of how antiquated it is, it says that if you have jukeboxes.
Ooh, I love a jukebox.
I know, right? That makes you think about
when was the last time you saw a jukebox in any establishment here?
So it still makes provisions for the licensing of jukeboxes. So if you have a jukebox, you have to license it. You have to license it if you're there by your premises. And then it defines restaurants as establishments that serves 3-course meals, right? So that's what a restaurant is according to the law. It doesn't make specific provisions for places like cafes, for places like food trucks, entertainment venues, etc. And I think what is most important and in my view, most lacking about the law as it stands currently is that it doesn't take the necessary public health approach that people are very concerned about, which includes primarily this public health approach, the impact that overconsumption of alcohol has on a society or has on a community, and even more so has on an individual. So it focuses on the selling, the providing of alcohol to customers, but little to do with the public health approach. And I'm sure there's enough data out there for regulators to glean from, for experts to glean from, to say, you know what, we have to begin to consider how alcohol affects our public health dynamic, and what we can do to put something in the legislation that speaks specifically to public health.
Paul, and I want to take a quick second to kind of just give what is already there and what I think is the concern from based on the consultations is the enforcement gap, right? Because it's not like some of the laws are not good. This particular law in itself says that, you know, establishments are supposed to ask you for your identification. They're supposed to ask you, right? When was the last time you went to a Chinese store or any store?
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about clubs. I'm talking about establishments. Where you, exactly, where you go and you are buying beer, you're buying liquor. Nobody has ever said, Miss Macaseo ID. No. And in other countries, you can't do that. Even if you're at a store and you're purchasing a six-pack, you have to show that ID.
Where's the U.S.?
Right? Well, yeah. And I recall while I was in school that happened and I forgot my ID at home. They didn't let me leave with it. Even though I go to that store regularly, even though I've shown my ID before, they still never make I left with it.
That your baby face.
No. It's the law. They can't let you leave, right? And so here we don't have that sort of enforcement, and I think that is one of the main concerns of the public. We can have all these great laws, but if it's not enforced, then what are we doing?
Yeah, so that's a very good point. That's on the enforcement.
So I was watching, I was trying to search online to see what are the statistics of like drinking in general in Belize. And I saw something from all the way back in 2016 from the World Health Organization speaking directly to Belize. And it highlighted things like binging and the percentage of that. But what struck me was the age range that it started from, which was 15. And I think that speaks to another topic that we oftentimes like gloss over, the culture of drinking here in Belize, because it is a culture.
Yes.
People no need a reason for drink, the Belize or I'd say even in the Caribbean. The period of drinking time. You're sad, make we drink. You're happy, make we drink. You're vexed, make we drink. You know, it's not just this celebratory activity, leisure activity. But for me, I think there's a deeper concern when we see the age ranges starting from as low as 15. And let's be real, we know that there are children even younger than that also consuming alcohol. And it feels almost like deja vu, because I feel like we had this conversation before on the couch before, Paul.
We did the other day when the Ministry of Health held its public well, it wasn't a consultation, it was a forum on alcohol consumption here in Belize, and there was some of this very same statistics.
Some of this very same data and points being mentioned. The culture of parents or adults saying, as long as they drink wrong me, I happy about that. But you are introducing these children with bodies that are not fully developed to alcoholic beverages at such a young age, and that allows them, or that presents a level of enablement that it's okay. And then you develop alcoholic practices. A lot of people are walking alcoholics but are not ready to have that conversation.
And I recall when that report came out, and it was almost like there was a defensive tone from the public, where acceptance is not there that we have a drinking problem, but two, it was almost like scrutinizing the report, scrutinizing that, oh, this isn't real and so on. But when you look around you, almost every establishment, even the small mom and pop shops, sell alcohol.
Because it sells. And if something sells, then I will sell it because I can make money.
Agreed. But it's not just that, right? It's, if you're looking at the overall industrial economy of Belize, your larger private establishments are of that nature. They are selling the alcohol. Your biggest contributors to the economic flow of Belize that is here in the country are your liquor sellers.
Then, to Sabrina's point, if 15-year-olds are drinking and alcohol is being introduced at that age, then where are they getting it from?
From the adults, from their parents. They don't always get it from
The
just
store.
going from the source and purchasing it.
Yeah.
The issue is also the family.
Yeah.
The issue is the very same adults or the very same guardians who they have. And I'm so sorry if I'm striking a nerve to people right now, but that's a conversation that we need to have. We're so quick to blame these establishments, and they also have a part in this issue. But the issue is also the homes that are saying, you know what, as long as you drink wrong me and I the monitor you, me no got no problem with that. The joke of introducing a child to a bear, like, I mean,
yes, I've seen
that's
that.
not
sir.
funny.
I've seen
Yeah.
it before,
So
but then everybody laughs around that child when they do consume it.
It goes to
Right?
it goes to the heart of what you are speaking about, April, with enforcement. And I have to ask, if we have all this data, then perhaps there's a disconnect between those who draft the legislation and those at the ministry, the personnel at Ministry of Health that's collecting this data, because this is that very same public health data that I'm talking about that needs to be integrated into updated liquor license legislation, right? It needs to be that there's an end goal to this, right? It needs to be that the legislation is asking and answering certain questions, asking questions about the age of consumption and answering that question through legislation, asking questions about overconsumption and answering that question through legislation, right? Or responding to the answer to that question through legislation. So it has to be that that legislation is policy driven. What is the ministry's policy, the Ministry of Health's policy, or Ministry of Health's objectives or goals when it comes to alcohol consumption in Belize in terms of the overall health of our population? And if this is the Ministry of Health's goal, how do we then now take that goal and we put it and integrate it into the Liquor License Act, or a modernized Liquor License Act, so that then legislation can meet goals and then we realize our objectives?
I think that sometimes here in Belize, and our culture is very like chill, laid back, to almost our detriment. Because when any law is introduced or any sort of enforcement happen, there's almost like this uproar from the public that, why you do this far? We don't need that. And then I don't know if people realize that our health issues are because of that behavior.
Yeah.
We kind of get upset when they try to put certain policies in place and enforce them for the good of us in terms of like health and so forth that you're talking about. We sit here on the couch and we have these people come on, they talk to us about this, they give us the data. We have our viewers that listen, but if you are not taking those things seriously and putting them into practice, then they're not helping anybody.
So another major concern that came out of this week's public consultation in Belize City had to do with proximity. The proximity between liquor establishments,
and residential
schools,
homes and schools.
residential homes, and churches. Should that be a concern, or is it just nitpicking at this point?
I'll be real with you. I think because a lot of these establishments that are selling alcoholic beverages are regular, like corner stores where you can also purchase other items.
Like snacks?
Like even like small groceries.
Yeah.
It might be leaning more on the nitpicking side. I think the issue is more if they're selling that to children. It's one thing if it's available, and it's another thing if they're actually selling it illegally to children.
I have a question for viewers.
And I also have an issue with these,
go ahead.
persons that might be hanging around.
That was going to be my question.
And you did at the Lee Kana store, you to drink, you drunk, and then you have
Loitering,
like a school.
essentially.
Yeah, I was
close
going to
by.
ask the viewers if you guys have any sort of stories or memories of when you were younger where you experienced somebody drunk around you. My first experience was at primary school. We used to have Wali Chaiman fried chicken where they off the campus, and during lunchtime, if you could get $2 fried chicken, you're cool, right? So you go across the street. The Chinaman, they sell fried chicken, and it's all fine, but they're also selling other things, including alcohol. And one of my first experiences with somebody that was extremely intoxicated was right there on the street, on the ground, like just plastered. And this is like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, right? And as a child, you don't really understand what's happening just yet. You're just innocently there to get some lunch, and you see somebody like that, and then you have to go now to the adults and ask them, and they don't always have the answers as to why that even took place. Now imagine with the example that was given, I think it was All Saints Primary School, right? Where there are so many establishments around those children. You really think that that's a good thing to have them looking at that? That is influence already. It might not be influence to drink, but it's influence already.
Yeah,
and we don't want that.
No, it certainly is a part of our culture. It goes back to what you were saying, Sabrina, about what we are exposed to from a very young age. It becomes normal in our psyches that this is okay.
Yeah.
This is how it's supposed to be. So I think to an extent it may be nitpicking, but also the concern about loitering
valid.
is serious. And then I think one of the last and most and very important concerns we saw raised was the noise and the
pollution.
impact on community. And this has less to do with the grocery stores and more to do with these entertainment establishment, entertainment businesses like nightclubs. And even beyond nightclubs, concerts, even at times, and the experience of that one individual who woke up at 4 in the morning and found that the music was still blasting loud from this entertainment establishment, and even when he attempted to approach somebody there to say, hey, have some consideration for my family and my 90-year-old grandmother. He was threatened, according to him, by police to say, we are pepper spray you if you try make any further moves. And so he had to retreat, and then of course he had the platform this week to voice his concerns. And that is just one example. We hear time and time and time again of residents complaining that these bars and these entertainment establishments that sell alcohol, that the music is so loud, it disturbs the peace in your community. And I hear it across the country, and I'm sure that there are viewers out there that had similar concerns.
I have another take on this though, Paul, and I only recently started thinking about this because I spend more time in the city now, but it only struck me recently that the noise pollution issue isn't just an entertainment establishment issue.
Tell me.
I think that was a Belize City issue.
Well, yeah, you talk about with residential.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God.
Well, okay.
I'm gonna say a Belize City issue because I don't spend much time in other parts.
I was gonna say.
So I can't say.
Why I never bring it up because. Because you don't need a liquor license for blast music.
But we talk noise pollution now. You don't need a liquor license for play loud music.
And I will say that there was a time I stayed here, and I was staying in a hotel, but the establishment across the street wasn't a dance club or anything. It was a store, and I had the worst migraine. And when you have migraine, you have sensory problems, right? And all I wanted was sleep. And that establishment, they blast music my bed was vibrating with the blasting of that music. And when I would go downstairs to the reception to say, is there anything that can be done? They're like, Miss, no, because they're not in our vicinity. It's just the sound is traveling across the street. And I could not sleep. They never stopped blasting about 10 o'clock.
But babe, you're still talking about an establishment of sorts.
Yes.
I'm talking about residents. Your neighbor, they blast out music, big 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock the night. What do you do then?
Yeah.
And I think that's another conversation that people might not be ready to have.
I also I'm looking at the comments, and guys, thank you so much for engaging with us. I know this is a hot topic. I really want you guys to call and tell us your thoughts. Right. But we have Jackie Leon that says, do people even look at how much they spend on alcohol? And that is another conversation all on its own, because people have done experiments to see how much they save when they don't spend on alcohol, and it's quite a high number. Diana is saying that people get upset with enforcement because they get with for too long, and girl, I agree with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Esther was giving her example of her experiences with alcoholism. She says, when I was 10 years old, my dad was not drunk, but when he was going to work, on a vehicle hit him down. That was the saddest moment for me, but my dad will never stop drinking, and each and every day I cry, and my sister and my brother, we all feel that burden, and I sympathize with you, Esther, because I feel like that's the reality for a lot of people, that even with the alcoholism, even if they get into accidents, even if all bad things happen to them, they still don't stop drinking.
And it's so normalized that people almost expect, it's almost like this strange case if you're not a drinker. I remember when I was in my accident and my vehicle flipped, there are people who assume that I was drinking. And I didn't even drink. Like, I don't even drink like that. It's so crazy.
Danny says, remembered going to Cayo for a family trip and literally counting the amount of men sitting drunk on the streets or near a store. And this is just a story. No disrespect to Cayo. I know, girl.
No,
but,
no, 100%. And that's why my biggest concern will always be the public health aspect. We're losing our men. We're losing a lot of our men, and I made it think long and hard about bring that one thing where the cars will lose a lot of men. I mean, want bring it past set because, but I forget, right? The bad man. Right? Because listen, if we could bring alcohol past set for entertainment, then I must could have brought it for show and as an example. I might take off the label, but I forget. It slipped my mind, but. This is why, for me, what I want to see in Liquor License Act is true considerations for our public health, especially our men that are losing their future and losing their lives because of overconsumption of alcohol. But I think moving forward, some other important...
I just wanted to share my final thought on this topic, and I know that we already mentioned it. I think beyond policy, we need to remember that we are setting the example for the generation after us watching. And so I think beyond these policies, we need to begin in our homes. Stop exposing these children, introducing them to alcoholic beverages just for the fun of it, and claiming that because you're there monitoring that that's okay. I think we are allowing this type of pattern to continue forward when we are the ones doing that to children. Very young children not only seeing their parents or seeing adult people around them fully intoxicated so regularly makes that enticing for them. And then on top of that, allowing them to also drink at such a young age, I think it stunts their brain development. It allows them to be sick a lot easier, and beside that, it creates unhealthy cultural patterns in them that they will carry on.
Certainly. So I think one of the measures that can be implemented moving forward, if we're serious about stemming these issues and really addressing public concern, is to begin to suspend people's liquor license, right? So mandatory suspension of liquor license where there's chronic violation. Right? I think there's something in the legislation that needs to outline that clearly.
I like that. I believe that Belize was the last consultation. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comment section. So we'll see what comes out of it. But Paul, moving things along to some other topics that I feel like they attack me a little bit. I feel like they attack me a little bit with this. Should you pay rent if you still live at home as an adult? No.
Okay, so introduce the topic to us then, ma'am.
No, well, I'm wondering where we're getting these conversations from. Then is it social media?
So why you say no?
So I think that the foundations of why this topic came up is because we had this discussion about education and investment last week, I believe, and we had the conversation about a lot of people that invested so much in their degrees now can't find jobs, and to I guess pay off their loans and pay off for that investment, they're not meeting their match to be able to make that to be able to pay those loans off and to live, really, right? Because if you are living at home, that really means that you can't afford rent. You can't afford to live in a space or pay bills in a space. And I did give an example. I give my personal example that while I invested so much in my degree, I'm not making my bang for my buck. I have to live at home. If I broke down my paycheck by all of that, I would not be able to find a suitable space to rent anywhere. And Belmopan has the highest inflation in this country for homeowners and for rent in general. So if I broke down my paycheck for you, Paul, and at the end of the month you watch for me and you're like, "Gal,
How you deserve?
how you even survive?" I wouldn't be able to survive at all if I didn't live at home.
Yeah, so I have some strong opinions on this.
Tell me,
right?
give me your strong opinions.
But I say yes.
You say they should be paying
I
rent.
say yes. I
Okay.
say
I hope my parents
How
aren't.
I
early
say
do you think they should start
adult
paying rent?
children that still lives at home with their parents should be paying rent.
Okay.
It is
What if they're paying for other things?
well before you ask me any questions,
Okay.
right? It is my personal view that young adults should in fact find a way outside of their parents' home from a certain age of maturity, right? That is my personal view, because I think that only when you find yourself in the real world situation where you rub against challenges and difficulties like sandpaper to rough wood, that you develop certain characters.
Resilience.
Right, like resilience, for example. Not to say you don't develop resilience while you're living with your parents, but a different kind of resilience, right? You get to understand truly, in my view, hardship, what's it like out there, and it develops characters beyond just paying rent.
Yeah.
So you would be forced to pay rent if you are outside of your parents' home from a young adult age, one, but outside of that, they also develop certain character traits. And so
what about
if you are living with your parents, I think it is only right that you pay rent.
So what about not paying rent but contributing to bills?
Right, something.
Okay.
In my
Okay.
view, there are expenses within a home that the parents will have to take on, whether it is a mortgage, if your home is not paid off, if
Yeah.
it is a mortgage, you have electricity bills,
you have groceries,
you have
you
groceries,
have
etc. And if you are a young adult making money, right? You're making money. Regardless, and I understand, you have your own personal financial obligations as well, like April, student loans, etc.
Yeah.
But if you're making money, the least you can do is contribute to that home
Can I-
as
can I make-
an
can I-
adult living with your parents, whether it be rent, and it might be a heavily subsidized rent,
Yeah.
right? You're not going to go pay the 900, but give her the 450.
So-
So I think that wasn't specific enough.
Yeah.
No,
'cause
well,
I-
it's
'cause I
clear.
feel like-
Should you pay rent or not
Yeah.
if
But
you're living in a
pay
home?
wali bill different.
Okay, but then...
'Cause what if you
all
decide
right, we didn't make,
should you
we didn't make,
contribute?
we didn't make accommodations.
So
we
I
didn't
was-
say
okay.
rent or
I
contribution.
was going to say
Yes, okay, there.
contributions, and I think that there's also other underlying factors with a statement such as that, and I'll tell you why. Because unless you don't live it, you don't know it. And I get it. I get exactly
Yeah.
what
I mean,
you mean.
I don't have my
And there is
my
like
parents'
an
home from a very young
age thing,
age.
because I think that if you're a student and you're an adult and you're going and you're still living at home, then there's certain pros
Yeah,
and cons
right.
to that.
If
If you're
you're a
not
student,
working,
if
right?
you're not working.
If you're working, and
But
you
if
don't
you know
have-
they work, please go try
No,
and
no, no,
find a job.
no, that's
stay
what I'm-
away,
that's what
go
I'm
try
trying
and make
to
some
say.
money.
That's what I'm trying to. But
Because
I'm going with what this is saying,
Unless you got a
right?
disability,
It's a
what
very,
clearly-
very
Yeah.
broad pro yes or no conversation, and I have to, and I'm going to be very, very like vulnerable when I say it. But as a working adult that you would think has their ish together and living at home, it is such a mental depression to understand your reality.
Yeah.
Because you really believed truly that if you go to school, you work hard and you invest in yourself, you will be able to meet those demands and live your life.
And perhaps even own a home by now.
Own a home by now. And for that to not be your reality, it is very depressing. And to not own assets, to not have anything for yourself, and you know for a fact that you are worth to have more, it's a very depressing
let me ask you then, because they put this question.
Yeah, that's why
I don't think they realize. Exactly. So make I just ask April a question. What's the biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge of
what's the biggest challenge that you face in living outside of your parents' home and paying your own rent and living on your own?
I think there wouldn't be a challenge if I didn't have the expenses that I have.
Okay, so it's primarily the expenses.
That really is the issue, because I think that, like I said, I work, I make sure that I come here, I have the finances to be able to come here and to commute here. Now, certain choices are mine, because whether I commute and be a part of the morning show is a different story. I don't have to do that, right? But let's get into some of the comments.
Because, guys, I've been trying to throw a word in.
I know, I'm sorry, darling. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but what are your experience?
Well, I can't talk for go to comment section. Make a talk to them first.
All right.
So we have Bella Mulling saying, I agree with the contribution. They definitely need to be contributing, especially in this hard time. Deanne Janae says, that was the formula growing up. Go to school, get the highest education possible, find the job that pays, own a home, have a family.
Yeah,
Deanne also the catch feeling. She just says, so I should move out to find myself struggling. That the way you
just said, Paul?
I sometimes nothing wrong with trying to leave it as struggle.
Bella Mulling
it
says,
builds character.
My baby 21 and I wasn't ready for her to move on her own. However, I am so proud of her. Michelle Sampson said some children who live with their parents pay the bills too, so it's equals part.
Yeah.
Fair.
So
yes, go ahead, girl. Come.
So,
talk to
all
me.
right, I completely feel for persons in your position, April, because I think just as the commenter Deanne mentioned, there has been this formula that was preached to us. You go to school, you get an education, you get a good job, and all of these things are expected to fall into place. But the reality is not everyone had the opportunity to go to school and have that be paid for.
Yeah.
Some people had to take on certain expenses at a very young age, understanding that there are risks involved.
But not knowing the full risks either. Because you make
that's
that at a young age.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There are some households that don't even understand, student loans and loans in general.
Yeah.
And so you go about and you make this huge investment so early, and you're not able to reap the benefits of that until that's fully paid off.
You're talking about education
loans in general.
And if you don't know, and if you let somebody will have a student loan, you already know that is the highest interest rate that you will pay. There is no mortgage that is as high as a student loan.
Because it's it's among one of the riskiest loans offerings.
You can't take it back
from a lending institution, right?
Yeah.
When they lend you as students for education.
So you have that debt under your belt very early. You cannot now go about and probably get a mortgage on top of that. So you have to try to make your money stretch.
Yeah.
Thankfully, there are people like, April that have family to support them.
Yes, I'm so
I'll tell
blessed.
you my situation. I did not have that. I don't have my parents. And so I had to rent very early. And I had to struggle, as you said, very early. And so on the flip side, I was not able to get a student loan because I had to figure out what was the priority.
You wouldn't even qualify for one.
I wouldn't even qualify for one, Paul. It's just so her delayed experience is not mine, but I have another delayed experience.
Which is the education.
Which is the education part, which I have to still finance on my own, but I had to do that later on.
Yeah, well, I like that though. I like that you say that. Let me just input there because it shows that you took a different path.
Yes, I was
and we
getting
still
to that,
struggle.
honey. I was getting to that. Let me finish my point.
Yeah, go ahead.
Exactly. It shows that I had a different experience.
And we still didn't
But wait, because you guys said something earlier that I think we really need to drive beyond the rent thing. I think as long as you are contributing in some type of way, I think as well though, there are certain households that are okay with adults not working, and you need to push that fire under these young people
100%.
and make them get some type of employment. Not have to be no fancy job, but bring in some type of money, have that feeling of earning something, working towards something, and then build upon that. I'll tell you, right, and this is, me getting personal now. I remember my okay, we have a call. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
I hope he didn't drop the call.
Good morning. Can I be on the show?
All right,
Yes,
you're
go
on the
ahead.
line, caller. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Good morning. Mayor Wagner here. Wonderful discussion
Good morning, Mayor.
you all having, and I really wanted to just weigh in,
Yeah, absolutely.
given the fact that I have been along that line from a young person as well, and I know that the discussion had been about the fact that you as a young person, you are trained to get a job. And then when you get that job, your first investment would normally be like a home. They say, get your home. If I had to do things all over again, I always tell young people now that the first thing you should do when you get a job is to really begin to seek out how you can turn that into a business. How you can have a business. I'm having some sort of echo, which is really throwing me off. Hello?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
we're
can hear
hearing
you.
you loud and clear, so I'm not sure where you're getting the echo from, but we're hearing you clearly.
Okay, so the point I'm trying to make is that you want to make your first investment be in a business rather than your home.
Yeah.
And let that business pay for your home.
That's good.
Right? I've been down that road so many times before, and if I had to do it all over again, it would have been where I would have seek out to invest in a business before investing in a home. I just wanted to share that with you all this morning because it's a wonderful discussion you've been having, and it speaks to different people age and how we grew up in our olden days, and now the young people, the millennials and the Generation X have a whole different impression
Mayor,
on life. And
I'd love to ask a question though, because I think we are in an era now where it's so common to find people with regular day jobs, like a 9-to-5, and then also having some type of entrepreneurial skill on the side, growing some type of side business. Do you think that that's a reflection of this new era or this economy that we are in versus the one that our parents or our grandparents might have been in, where they could just rely on that regular paycheck?
Moonlighting is a common thing now going on in society, that the regular paycheck doesn't cut it.
Yeah.
Right? And so you have to, as a young person, begin to mobilize and look on how you can earn additional income rather than just the
100%.
paycheck.
Agreed.
That would go a long way in alleviating and your problems that you are facing in meeting the day-to-day bills.
Yeah. Mayor, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And thanks for
Thank
the
you
call.
again.
Yes.
Consider the great discussion again, okay?
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
Yeah, you see what telling
different
now people like the heavy topics, but they really like they are controversial.
Because these are conversations that I
we
think
have
people
on a
probably
day-to-day
have in their
basis.
households.
Yeah,
but
so we
yes.
have to do more.
I have
yeah.
a commentary here from my dad. Hi, Dad.
Aha.
He's saying,
Daddy too.
living at home with your parents is a big investment, and it's a blessing to have this support.
Wow.
And I know for a fact, like, I am blessed. My parents have never let me feel like
Like
I
you
am
need
a
for less.
burden and I
Yeah.
have to leave and
Yeah.
and so forth. And so I'm very, very grateful. But you know, at my age, like you say, right, you want to have your own.
Yeah.
And when I was on my own for a while, the idea of having that independence and then not having it anymore was also a huge struggle of that reality, right? But I also empathize with Sabrina because if like you can't have both things, you have to sacrifice one for the other.
And sometimes you don't get to choose.
And you
So
don't
here's
get
why.
to
Here's why.
I just want to say one thing really quickly. And I so appreciate that your dad was able to tune in and hear what you had to say and recognize that this might be something that you're feeling. But I just want to remind you that comparison is the thief of joy.
Yes,
guys.
exactly.
Because
Oh my gosh.
I've been this young person all my life who has wanted to pursue higher education. When I tell you, I do with my family, the bawl, like tears flowing down my eyes, because that has always been my lifelong dream.
Yeah.
And I can imagine you've had your own experience
yeah.
of bawling, wanting a level of independence,
Oh, yes.
and not being able to experience that, but we're still
But
successful.
what it shows me
You know?
is that
Agreed.
you had to prioritize surviving
Yes.
over
Exactly.
education,
Yeah.
and essentially you prioritize education,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Because the survival part, you knew you could rely on your parents to
Yeah.
help you with the survival part. What I appreciate about the mayor's comments is that it provides a solution, because the heart of the issue is not enough money. That's the heart of the issue.
So we take the mayor's advice
Right.
then.
So
Get
the heart of
happy,
the
get
issue
happy.
is we don't have enough money either to do your education and live on your own with rent, or get your education and move out to your parents' home, right? And so what the mayor is essentially telling us is that you have this capacity issue, this financial issue where the money to leave it. And how do we do that? We do that by expanding our finances,
Yeah.
right? And ideally that's what you want to do, but how then do you expand the amount of financial resource available to you? Well, one way is to start a business.
I'm telling you,
one
Paul.
way is to try and earn extra income.
I'm telling you, Paul.
And that's a part and this is why I say that leaving your parents' home builds certain characters, because
Yeah.
then when your back is against the wall, it sort of forces you, right? It forces you then to see, how can I expand my income? How can I generate more funds? Because I don't have a fallback.
Yeah.
I have nothing or no one to turn to.
right,
And then you're
Paul.
forced to think about some creative
Man,
ways.
All
this was
right, Paul.
a good one.
Yeah.
Our
I just want
producer
to say
is
this last
saying,
thing, right?
Okay, well,
Right. You got it last
2026
time.
not a dead without me to open a business.
Whee!
So
I know
much
you
sell
got it.
paletas,
Yeah.
communication.
I feel like you should go back to the tamales thing.
No, I'm not
No,
doing
you're not
that.
doing that. All right,
My
but this is
last
great.
point is delayed does not mean denied.
Agreed.
Okay?
Agreed.
So any
Okay,
of you
Pastor.
tuning in right now, please do not feel that you are, left behind in some type of way. We are all struggling in some way or another, and I really want to reinforce not comparing yourself to another
Yeah,
person, because it's
100%.
really the thief of joy.
Indeed.
Just work towards what you're trying to
Even-
achieve.
You too, girl. You got this.
Even though this
You
whole,
got this.
even though the premise of this whole point that comparing one between the next, but
No,
that's another
but
conversation.
listen, we're all just trying to human and do the best that
Yeah.
we can. But Paul, thank you. This has been very, very, I like that we had different opinions
Yeah,
of
that's
it.
true.
And of course, thank you to all of our viewers that were having the conversation with us. And you guys are still going. Thank you so much. But we do have to close this
We have a long show
segment
ahead.
off, and we do have to take a quick break. And then when we come back, we are going to be having that conversation of Taste of Belize Masterclass with BTB. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.
Business, timing matters. Now, with Belize Bank's same-day settlement, transactions settled before 4 p.m. are deposited the very same night.
It's been a game changer for our cash flow. Waiting days to access our sales used to slow our business down. Now we can restock faster and pay our suppliers on time.
And with all the settlement, it's done for you every day. Same-day settlement from Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
Stay connected in the USA for as low as $10. With Smart Roaming Data Pass, staying connected is simple and affordable. Get the data you need starting at 1,000 megabytes to stay connected to larger plans that keep you online while you travel across the USA. So you can message, browse, video call, and navigate wherever you go. No SIM swap, no bill shock. Just simple, affordable pricing. Activate easily by dialing *100# using the Smart app or online. Smart Roaming Data Pass. Staying connected the smart way. Smart, bringing people together.
Are you enjoying the incredible voices of KTV The Remix Season 8? Well, don't forget, the power is in your hands. This week, each remaining contestant has been assigned a new voting number. To vote for your favorite KTV contestant, simply text the number of votes, followed by a space, then your contestant's assigned voting number, and send it to 585. And remember, you can also send credit directly to your favorite contestant's assigned smartphone number. Here are this week's remaining contestants and their new voting numbers.
I know how to leave the young thing alone, but ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Turn me down, oh, but tell me who's getting all of my,
I want one moment in time when the more than
people want diamond rings, and some just want everything, but everything means nothing.
everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. I'd risk my life to feel your body next to mine, 'cause I can't.
Who will make it through to next week? Your vote can keep your KTV star on the stage. Vote before Sunday at midnight. Join us at The Bliss every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for KTV The Remix Season 8.
With everything going on in a day, it's easy to overlook a renewal date. That's why Home Protector Insurance sends a simple reminder to help keep you on track. Home Protector Insurance, if it's worth something, insure it.
Ishmael from Beltrade. Check out the show. You don't want to miss what's on offer for MSMEs in Belize and in the tourism industry specifically.
Hi everyone, I'm Mauricio Raeta. Please don't miss the next Belize Travel Beat show. We will be talking about the importance of SMEs in the regional promotion tourism in Central America.
Hi, I'm David from the Center of Promotion of MSMEs in Central America and Dominican Republic. Don't miss the next show of Travel Beat in Belize.
Join us for the next episode of the Belize Travel Beat. We'll be talking about how small, medium, and micro businesses can benefit within the tourism industry.
Introducing BB Insurance, built for Belize. Your security, our priority.
Welcome back to Open Your Eyes, and joining us for our conversation on Taste of Belize. And it's not just food, we have drinks. We have BTB on the couch with us. We have Erin Gongran. She is the Sustainable Tourism Coordinator over at BTB. Good morning.
Good morning.
And we have Miss Danielle Nicholson, and she is the Community and Cultural Outreach Specialist.
Good morning.
Ladies, good morning. And over on the bartending side, we have Mr. Nino Moreno, and he is a Bartender of the Year 2025.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Congratulations.
congrats. All right, so ladies, before we head on over to Paul and Nino, let's talk about Taste of Belize. What is it, and what is the objective that BTB is trying to bring out with this particular event?
So Taste of Belize is a culinary and mixology experience. We invite all culinary chefs, junior, master, bartender, and pastry chefs to come out and showcase their talent. We have so much talent here in Belize, and I think that it's very important that people learn how to embrace that. But we also made a big point this year that we want traditional food. So bring your granny recipe, bring your auntie recipe, bring your ma recipe, and put that to the competition table. And then the winners of this go to Taste of the Caribbean. So we have the national team selected from the winners, the first place winners. Now Taste of Belize goes more than a culinary competition because we also have what is our master classes. So the audience, if you don't want to see round 2 of MasterChef and you want to learn some skills, walk into the conference room and we will have, for example, Bean to Bar with Mr. Sake. We will be having a mixology class with travelers, a wine tasting class with Madisco. You like sushi? Learn how to roll your own sushi with Toshi.
Okay.
Then we will also be having a preservation class with Silk Grass. So it's from harvesting, you can make your sauces, your treats, and that will last all year long. So you'll learn the tips on how to do that. And the last class would be Ecomar, which would be lionfish to ceviche, so reef to table.
Wow. So when I walk into the St. Catherine's Auditorium on Saturday, what's the layout like? What am I looking at specifically?
So as you enter, you'll see the competition. So this year we have 8 stations. Last year we had 6, and this year we had to level up. So we have 8 cooking stations. So that means that the amount of persons that we have registered is more than last year. So this year we have 24 master chefs competing, and we have 8 junior chefs and 6 pastry chefs. And then on the bartending side, we have 16 bartenders competing, and these competitions last basically the whole day. It starts from 8 a.m. and it concludes at 9 p.m. and it's just live competition straight through. We also have tasting booths, so samples. So it's curated by Chef Sean Quillen. So we have Mestizo, Maya, East Indian, Mennonite, Garifuna, all of those foods out there on display. And then we also have different entertainment that will be happening. So we have the Garifuna drummers, we have marimba, we have steel pan. So it's a lot that's happening. Yes, so there's entertainment for the whole day. So anyone could feel free to stop in anytime, and there will always be something happening.
I'm so glad that you mentioned Chef Sean Quillen because, when I think of Taste of Belize, I think of him. But beyond that, I think of the ways that he has continuously promoted our own cultural and traditional dishes to the masses as part of something that can also be seen as cuisines like high value and luxury as well. I think of a moment when I visited his kitchen, the Slate Kitchen. And he made a twist on Johnny cake, and it was like charcoal. But that's still something that takes you to like your home for breakfast. Your mom make fresh Johnny cakes and stuff like that. So what will the judges be looking for when you think of traditional or regular Belizean meals, but still in competition form?
So the judges will be looking at creativity, originality, and of course presentation, but also hygiene on how you present everything and while you're preparing your food. We have 4 culinary judges this year, 2 international chefs, which are from the American Culinary Federation, which are working closely right now with Belize to do Elevate training with BTB. And then we will have 2 local chefs. One is Enrique Awe and a past winner of Taste of Belize, Mr. Calbert Santiago.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So, and then for pastry, additionally, we will have Maria Urbina, which has her own pastry shop, and she will also be having a pastry station at Taste of Belize.
I feel like you're saying all of these different elements, and I'm walking in and I will not know what to do.
Just follow the food.
Just follow the smell of the food.
So you're having these different classes. Are they in the same area as the competition? How is this working?
So, well, in the SCA Mercy Center, they have a conference room to the side. So that's where we'll be having the master classes. So you will be away from, the competition, the all the participants and everybody that will be there.
All the sounds and smells.
Yes. Yes.
Now, I want to jump over to the bartending side, because that's also an aspect of the competition as well. What can people expect? What will the judges be looking for in that area?
So what we did this year differently, and I think that it's something that the bartenders would appreciate, is we tried to divide the room. So we did a section specifically for the bartenders. They will be having their competition and their own audience to view them. If you have your supporters coming out, they have their own space. We have a little cocktail area nearby, because we'll have Madisco and Travelers outside as well. So you can view your competition and support all your competitors. And one thing that I do want to mention as well, if you have kids that love to cook, we'll be having a kids segment out there as well.
Beautiful. They just want chicken nuggets though. Now, we have another area of the show that we're going to go into to mix a drink, but I'm not sure if you ladies were there for the 2025 competition when we had our bartender winner. What was it about his presentation that made him stand out?
So I believe what Nino brought to the table was originality in his drink. He knew how to present his drink, and of course, I think an aspect that bartenders need to have is know how to connect with your audience. Because when you sit by the bar, a bartender gives you a story, lets you know how this drink is made, why this drink is significant to him and to Belize in this case. So I think that's one aspect that brought Nino to first place.
And
but we had great competitors.
And a good bartender also brings out your stories too.
Yes,
Very true.
Let's head on over to the bar table with Paul and Nino Moreno. Paul?
Yeah, so excellent conversation over that side, guys. We have joining us on this side this morning the 2025 Taste of Belize champion for bartending, right? Nino Moreno. Good morning, my brother. How you doing?
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good. Feeling like I'm excited to serve this delicious cocktail.
Where you get the skills from?
It's over a bunch of years of experience of talking to different bartenders, of learning from a lot of good bartenders. So it's basically a lot of knowledge that's shared among all the community, all the culinary community. And of course, we share the taste of Belize in what we do as well.
So you are going to be preparing 2 drinks for us this morning?
It's going to be 2 of the same, yes.
2 of the same?
Of the same
Okay,
thing,
so what are we preparing?
So I am doing an elevated daiquiri with soursop. It's a little twist on what we usually know as a daiquiri, but with the Belizean touch, of course.
Okay, so where do we begin?
All right, well, it has to start with good Belizean rum. So actually using coconut rum, and we're adding 2 ounces of this per cocktail because we like it flavorful, we like it strong. Yes.
Yeah, all right, good. So
and
2 ounces.
Yes, and what it is the coconut brings this nice tropical flavor, the sweetness, and of course, it's rum, man.
Yeah, so you're thinking about the flavor elements that you're adding, correct?
Exactly. Another element is our soursop. Not a lot of people know, but Belize is one of the unique places where you can find soursop. And trust me, this is the backbone. This is the backbone of this drink. It's creamy. It's tropical.
I've never had a soursop mixed in a drink. So this is quite interesting to see. It's usually some sort of citrus or some sort of soda.
So yes, the whole taste of Belize is to come with this idea of innovation, right? And so we don't want to stick with something that everyone knows. We want to elevate all the flavors. We want to bring the flavors of Belize into what we do.
Yeah.
And therefore, I'm using the Belizean stuff, source of coconut rum.
It is taste of Belize after all, right?
Correct. These are all elements that make
What
the
is
drink.
this?
So some citrus juice. This is just to balance all the sweetness, give it that little tanginess, of course.
Tanginess, yeah, that kind of sour hit. What did it mean to you when you won last year?
Honestly, it was an opportunity, and the opportunity comes from portraying all that we know and all the experiences that you build along. I mean, like the previous segment, struggle, no?
Yeah.
And so
struggle.
I had participated in previous competitions.
So you struggle?
Yes. And honestly,
so struggle make you less successful?
No, it actually more successful.
Okay, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yes, because it actually pushes you to do better. And of course, along with the help and the guidance of a lot of people, the push from your loved ones, the people that I really, really appreciate, they have pushed me a lot. So I'm here and trying to present, of course, something for all of them.
All right, so you have to tell me what you put in just now, you never mentioned.
So this is natural sweetener. This is actually honey.
Wow.
I don't want to use too much sugar, so I substitute the sugar with honey instead.
This is natural honey?
Natural honey,
You don't
yes.
water it down or anything?
None of that, natural honey.
Man, I really like the components of this drink so far. It just screams unique.
Excellent, yes, that's the point of being a top bartender, right?
Indeed.
You gotta be unique. So now, time for shaking, guys.
Yes. Yeah. And then if you want, you could add ice to the shaker, right? If they want something cold, that's what you can do.
Correct. This is served a little neat. It's more of a dessert drink. So I'm shaking it without ice. It's known as a dry shake.
Dry shake.
Yes,
Okay.
dry shake. And it just will let the cocktail be nice, creamy, and
yeah, that
aerated.
That looks really good. I like the aeration indeed.
Yes.
Okay. Where can people find you if they want to say, I want a drink I want to try Mr. Nino's bartending skills. Where can people go?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. I actually am currently in the position of corporate bartender for the Belize collection. So you'll see my influence within all of the Belize collection properties. So you'll go to any of the bars for the Belize collection, whether it be in Hopkins, Placencia, here at the Hummingbird Highway. You'll see all of my cocktails there. A little touch of the menu is part of my influence.
Do they have your name on it? Or
Unfortunately, no. But
but if they go, people can ask for it, or they just know that what they're getting is.
Yes. Again, part of it is developing a cocktail program for all the properties, and this is why Taste of Belize comes hand in hand, because Taste of Belize pushes you guys to taste the flavors.
And you look so young and you're already doing all of this.
Well, it's a passion, man.
Yeah, I can tell, man. All right, so what are you gonna do last?
Finally, I'm gonna garnish the cocktail, finish it off, and so I'm gonna top it off with homemade coconut foam. It's made with natural coconut and some coconut cream.
This is incredible.
So this is the true essence of this cocktail, and it's a dessert drink, like I said. So we want it to look nice, like a lemon pie almost, right?
All right, and this is it.
Finally crowning it with its garnish.
Yeah.
I mean, the cocktail needs a garnish, right?
I in all my years on this show, I'll dub this the best, most complex and well-presented cocktail we've had on set.
Well, there we go, guys. You
heard
it from the guy here.
Easily.
Right?
All right, so we have to toast to struggles and success.
Absolutely.
All right, toast. I'm going to send it over back to the ladies on the couch.
All right. Thank you so much, Paul. You have to tell me how the thing tastes. How it is.
Rich.
Yeah?
Love it. Tastes like
what
struggles.
What did you say is the
it
most...
tastes like struggle.
And tastes like success.
You know what, Paul?
It tastes like struggle and success.
We're not continue
we should let the girls try it.
Yeah, we should.
Thank you, ladies. We can definitely see why he won bartender of year 2025.
Now, as we wrap up the show, I really want to give you guys an opportunity to highlight the businesses and people that are making this year's Taste of Belize event possible. Do you have any sponsorship highlights?
Yes, so we would just like to thank our amazing sponsors, because without them, this Taste of Belize wouldn't happen. So we'd like to thank our gold sponsors, which is Niche, Running W, TNC, Fabregas, Gas Tomza, Belize, and then our silver sponsors, Belize Bank, Belize City Council, LED Belize, and also, one of our gold sponsors, Madisco.
Yes.
And then we have Travelers, our silver sponsor, and then our bronze sponsors, Bowen & Bowen, Smart, and Kayoset.
Wow, so a lot of people have definitely invested in Taste of Belize. Now, people can just come in. It's a free competition for us to see.
So there are tickets that are being sold. You can get it on the Quick Pass app. So the tickets are for adults, $20, and you get 2 tasting tickets. So this means that you can get 2 samples from Chef Sean Squealing's display that he will have there. And then children between 10 to 16 pay $10 and they get 1 tasting ticket. And all your children below 10 enter for free.
Okay. And they get tasting too?
No, only for free.
But you did say you have a kids corner.
Cooking section,
so
yes.
what is that about?
So we'll have 2 moderators that will be there along with Chef Sean Quealing that will be teaching them how to cook, for example, quesadillas.
Oh, nice.
I believe another one is pizza. So we have different components so that just to have them get in the kitchen and see, maybe I want to be a chef in the future. I like this. So that's the purpose of that as well. And before we close off, I would just like to thank everybody for supporting us and also invite the public. Bring your granny, bring your mommy, bring your auntie, bring your kids, and come to St. Catherine's Auditorium Mercy Center. It starts at 8 a.m., but it's an all-day event, so we'll be there until about 8:30 when the Master Chefs wrap up, and we'll have the award ceremony there.
Wow. Excellent, excellent. Well,
Long day
ladies,
indeed.
you guys have a full weekend lined up, but it certainly sounds like it's going to be a good weekend for everyone as well. So we encourage you guys to purchase those tickets, enjoy the food, enjoy the drinks, and be safe.
Indeed.
We wish you guys all the best.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right,
All right.
Sabrina, we do got to take a quick break.
Yes, we do. And when we come back, we have more for you right here on Open Your Eyes.
We at Fulltech Systems understand that technology isn't just a tool, it's a game changer. At home, smart devices and AI are revolutionizing daily life. In education, tech is making learning more interactive and accessible for students and educators alike. For businesses and government, it's driving innovation, streamlining operations, and unlocking growth, leveraging tech for better services, infrastructure, and security. At Fulltech Systems, we help you thrive with cutting-edge solutions, partnering with leaders like Dell, HP, Microsoft, APC, Fortinet, Cisco, and Tomy 8. We deliver the right products for your needs, whether it's boosting efficiency, improving customer engagement, or scaling operations. Connect with us and let's drive innovation together. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you come for the price, but stay for the service.
We'll name you up.
Life moves fast. Your connection should keep up. Need more credit? More data? A flex bundle that fits your lifestyle? With Smart Prepaid, they're a prepaid option for every lifestyle and budget, making it easy to stay connected wherever you are. Because with Smart Prepaid, you can connect on your terms. Purchase credit, data, flex bundles, prepaid plans, and all your favorite prepaid services at any Smart agent, Smart showroom, or simply dial *100 key. No stress, no waiting. Just fast, easy, convenient ways to stay connected every day. Smart Prepaid. Connect on your terms.
He skipped nights out. Said maybe next time too often. Ramen became a lifestyle. All for this moment, his first car. Protect what you've worked for with RF&G Motor Insurance.
Every business starts with a vision. And every day, Belizean entrepreneurs are turning that vision into reality.
Hi, I'm Rosalie, General Manager of Cards and Merchant Services at the Belize Bank. Today, I am proud to introduce our new solution designed specifically for Belize's small and medium-sized businesses.
Introducing the Belize Bank Advantage Mastercard SME Business Credit Card. Whether you're managing everyday expenses, purchasing inventory, or investing in growth, this card gives your business the flexibility to move forward with confidence. Applying is easy. Visit any Belize Bank branch and speak with one of our SME officers. We'll help you find a solution that best fits your business. Your business is building Belize's future. Let Belize Bank help power what's next.
Name you 100 reasons to step back. But when you achieve your goal, they will follow you. Gorilla, make some noise.
Ever had your card declined? Now it doesn't have to be. Introducing partial authorization. If the card doesn't cover the full amount, it notifies you what's available. You can accept the partial payment and pay the missing balance with a credit card or cash. No decline. Get what you came for. Partial authorization now available. Belize Bank, our country, your bank.
Protect your motor, secure your property. Oh yeah, Home Protector Insurance got you covered, you see. Covered, you see. From motor to property, and even marine. We'll keep you safe no matter where you've been. No matter where you've been, no matter where you've been. Get the peace of mind that only we can bring. Oh yeah. With our insurance, you'll never fret or sing. Never fret or sing. We offer bonds and so much more. So much more. Home Protector Insurance, we got what you're looking for. What you're looking for.
So it started off like any other summer day in Belize. I decided to go down to Builders Hardware since I heard they had 25% off on summer outdoor products. I got a couple of items, a chair, a grill, a cooler, and I got carried away, but the prices were so good. But anyways, I might have gotten comfortable, maybe too comfortable. Then I saw the news, man, the hurricane season was not playing with me. But thank God, Builders also had 25% off hurricane preparedness items as well. Flashlights, batteries, sealant, first aid kits, everything I need. And guess what? My grill survived.
Welcome back to Open Your Eyes. Joining us for our next conversation, it's all about Emancipation Day, Freedom Day, and what better way to recognize and celebrate it than over at the Iba Town Festival. And joining me are some of familiar faces that I might know. We have Miss Zina Mosiah here to my left, and she is the administrative assistant over at the Museum of Belize. And next to her, we have Miss Michelle Smith. She is the communications manager over at the Belize City Council. Good ladies, good morning.
Morning.
And over to my right, we have Miss Alicia Valentine, and she is the coordinator of the Museum of Belizean Art. And joining her is Miss Melicia McDougall, and she is the marketing manager over at the Belize City Council. Ladies, happy Emancipation Day with a vibe with Iba Town this year, as we do every year. But just for our viewers and their expectations, it's a grand festival, but of course there's a lot of historical meaning towards Iba Town. It's the longest standing space for where our enslaved ancestors were kept. And so we want to be able to commemorate and honor them by hosting this event there. What can we expect from the Museums of Belize and from Belize City Council, and of course niche and the overall umbrella?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for having us. And I know you know the history about Iba, so I'm glad for that introduction that you gave. But as you all know, we have a huge holiday coming tomorrow, Emancipation Day. And so the National Celebrations Commission, along with the Belize City Council, NH, our partners, the museum, ICA, we came together to formulate this event named Ibotong Festival. And it's not just a festival to come out and enjoy and party. It's to come out and learn the history why we're celebrating this holiday tomorrow, no? And so the Ibotong Festival, it's tomorrow, it's a holiday, it's Saturday. It starts 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. And you know, when City Council bring it out, we team up, we bring it big, good vibes, no? But you attending this event, like I said, you come out and learn the history, because you will have our partners there, Culture Lane, whereby they will talk about the history of Ibotong. They'll bring traditional dolls. I heard Ms. Kim mention the Martin Leaky Old Door. They'll have a photo booth. And so beside that, you have live entertainment, you have our kids zone, you have food, you know, cultural food, because tomorrow we're celebrating community, culture, and history, no?
So before that, there is the, of course, the honoring of, which Niche and NCC will be doing. What did you call it? A ceremony. This is the official emancipation ceremony. Starts at 9 a.m. at the House of Culture. But there is an eve, which is tonight. They will be having
the Baptist.
There is a mass that will be taking place tonight as well.
Yes.
To commemorate that, no?
Yes, and so there are like a lot of significance to that. As the old story goes, that as our enslaved ancestors were waiting to hear the news about emancipation, they were at the Queen Street Baptist Church. They were worshiping, and they were told then the news of their freedom. And so for us to commemorate it on the 31st and bring in Emancipation Day, that's what better way to do something like that. I think that there's so many other community personnel, there are other NGOs, there are other Black activists that are, you know, having their own commemorations across Belize City. I understand there's going to be a walk and talk tour with UEF. I understand that there's going to be a train tour from the Museum of Belize. So I really want to get into the landmarks and some of those spaces that the train will stop, and what people can expect from this tour.
So regarding the train tour will definitely, we have different hours that it will be starting. It's going to start from 11:30. We have another one for 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then the last train tour for 3 p.m. It's not just going to be an ordinary train tour, because we're partnering with Calypso, so you guys can stop by and go on the train, and then when you guys would stop by, you guys will be definitely visiting the landmarks alongside the Ibotong. So they will be taking you guys through the Ibotong and giving you guys an explanation of exactly why it's so historical.
Yeah.
And it's important. So Niche being the cultural institution, we fall under the Museum of Belize, right? So we find it important that preserving our history, and what April mentioned just now, a lot of persons would see it as, oh, we're going to party. It's a festival, right? But April mentioned that there were persons so many years ago waiting to know if they would be freed. You know, and most people don't understand the importance of what that is and how it shaped who we are today. So what we're trying to do is just to educate people about our history, right? And we will also be open at the Museum of Belizean Art, where we have the government house, right? That's also a historical and political landmark to celebrate this this holiday.
Right. Yeah, but so, I feel like the entire area that's selected for a reason, because while the government house is a historical landmark, you have the St. John's Cathedral across from them. Yabra is one of the oldest cemeteries that we have in the country, where, you know, so many of persons' ancestors are buried there. And I really love when people come and they ask these questions about who they are and where they come from. And Belize City specifically, where this is the foundation of your society. Like that space right there is what has created all of what you have now. And it's so important to come, and even if you don't know anything about Igbo tongue, guarantee you are left there, they understand something about Igbo tongue. But the area wasn't selected randomly, and you have something called Culture Lane. Right, and that is kind of where you're going to experience not just historical stuff, but you have a lot of cultural, traditional stuff. I understand there's going to be powder bun competition. What is powder bun competition about?
Well, basically, it's easy as 1, 2, 3. You sign up and you participate in it. We had this competition last year whereby, oh my, we were overwhelmed with the amount of people that signed up. And so for this one, Nick had to put a cutoff date to it, a cutoff time. And so I received a call yesterday, and it was from the person that won it last year. And she wanted to get a feedback if they receive her sign up, because she wants to come out and defend her title.
I understand. Yes.
And so for this contest, it's all you have to do is bring 3 powder bun.
Okay.
3 powder bun.
And who they test their powder bun?
Well, Miss Kim, they have their secret judges, but there are people that are well familiar with how powder bun should look, taste, and everything. I don't know if you make powder bun, so
I can't tell you how mine look neither. So,
but these people, they put a lot into it, because the presentation, they're just judging the powder bun, but wow, people garnish it with flowers, with cheese, apricot cheese, yes, it was on point.
And then this year you guys have rice and beans.
I know we had the rice and beans competition, and you win amazing prizes: $500 for first place, $300 for second, and $200 for third place. The powder bun competition will be judged at 3 o'clock, and the rice and beans will be judged at 5 o'clock.
I know, but there's also a lot of entertainment.
Yes, too much to mention. Just looking at the flyers, like, and these people are not just bringing boom boom. It's cultural music. You have Henry Genius, who is the brother of the late Miss Leela Verne, and so you can imagine what you will expect. You have Master G. He's a visual impaired person, and they're coming all the way from down south.
Yeah, I appreciate having these sort of persons that come and entertain that know traditional music. I was having a conversation the other day with a friend of mine where with a roughly around the same age. I think he's a little younger, but he never know who that Brad Patico, and I judge. I judge wholeheartedly. Yes, because we don't know who that Brad, right? But this is what I mean. You come to Igbo Town, you see these persons, you hear their music, you hear their stories, and you leave with another idea or a different perspective on Belize and our history and so forth. But we're running out of time, so quickly for our viewers, time, date, expectations, sun up to sundown, what are we expecting? Let's start with you, Alicia.
Okay, so firstly, we will be doing the Calypso tour, right? So that begins at 11:30.
And you get your Calypso tour
right. It comes with a fee, $5 for children and $10 for adults. So you sign up out there, and then you will have a tour of the Museum of Belizean Art. That's actually free tomorrow for all Belizeans, no costs associated with that. They sign up for the tour. We do the historical aspect of it, and then from there, I guess they could go ahead and enjoy Miss Mish festivities.
Our festivities.
Yes, so it begins at 11.
Well, it begins at 11 and finishes at 8 p.m. Igbo Town Festival location, all the way down Albert Street. Like if you're going to the Isaiah Morta, it's right where the Isaiah Morta statue is, going to the Yarborough Cemetery. Repeating, it starts 11, finish at 8. We have a free kids zone. We have a massive lineup of entertainment. We have Culture Lane where you can come out and learn your history. We have our vendors selling all variety of food. So you can come from 11, get your rice and beans, your cow foot soup, your chips and dip, your nacho, your wings, your burger. I can go on and on.
I just need somebody for fine stretch me gut to me. This that is 4th year and I could never get it. So just
like
out there.
I'm
Alan. Next year I'm Alan. But there's gonna be so much food. There's gonna be a lot of entertainment.
Traditional
lot of
games.
traditional games. Yes, I learned about like Tambola and where it came from. So come by the booth and figure that out. But ladies,
and
yes.
in the kids zone.
Yes.
Forgot to say that there will be sack race, lime and spoon, all the
Wheel and barrow
traditional
for
things
children
that we
and
used to have for
adults.
kids.
So,
Yes.
and you win cash prize.
So I could enter the sack race.
Sure,
Yeah, of course you can. And then there's one more. Of
Mm.
course, we have to like really bring it. The cultural wear. Creole Council is yes, they will be doing a cultural wear competition as well. So come out in your son the
Dress
best
the part.
Creole frock, like what we would say yesterday. Yes.
I think I got a new dashiki.
You have to come with a lot of frills, the Creole dress.
Miss Mel, you don't meet me yet. You know? Okay. You got this. But yes, come out in your beautiful attire. Come enjoy what the Iba Town Festival is all about. Tomorrow. I believe the state ceremony begins at 9 at the government house outside the courtyard. And then right after that, there's going to be like a communal breakfast. And then, the festivities and people come to. What time should people go out to start set up their booths?
People will come out at 7 o'clock to start set up their booth. We actually close the area at 6 p.m.
Okay.
6 a.m. sorry, and open it back when everybody don't take down their tent. So we're asking the resident, we're asking Belize City to work with us.
I was going to ask, where can they direct themselves? if
Albert
areas will be
Street
blocked?
will be open, so you can go Albert Street by ACC area and you can park. But come in Albert Street West, like I said, to the Yarborough Green area that will be closed all the way from the Yarborough Bridge and Racecourse Street, Cemetery. So, instead of complaining, come out to the event and enjoy the event.
Wonderful.
Your entrance would be the street where Southside meets is.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's where the entrance would more than likely be.
Right, because
that's where all the vendors are anyway. I mean, you
Already.
start from the very beginning, start to
And
eat
you
your
go
way
to
down
the-
to the stage.
Do you all know how many vendors we have this
We
time?
have a total of 67 vendors.
Beautiful. Nobody run out of food this
We
year.
still have people to call.
All right. So all roads lead to Iba Town for tomorrow, as Emancipation Day is a public and bank holiday. It's something that we commemorate here in Belize and the rest of the British Caribbean. So ladies, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for being a part of the conversation, and we look forward to seeing all of you out there. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, kind of staying in line with all things Black history, we're going to be having a conversation with the Belize's first Miss Black International.
Are you enjoying the incredible voices of KTV The Remix Season 8? Well, don't forget, the power is in your hands. This week, each remaining contestant has been assigned a new voting number. To vote for your favorite KTV contestant, simply text the number of votes, followed by a space, then your contestant's assigned voting number, and send it to 585. And remember, you can also send credit directly to your favorite contestant's assigned smartphone number. Here are this week's remaining contestants and their new voting numbers.
I know how to leave the young thing alone, but ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Turn me down, but tell me who's getting all of my,
I want one moment in time when I'm more than
people want diamond rings, and some just want everything, but everything means nothing.
everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. I'd risk my life to
make it through to next week, your vote can keep your KTV star on the stage. Vote before Sunday at midnight. Join us at The Bliss every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for KTV The Remix, Season 8.
Life moves fast. Your connection should keep up. Need more credit? More data? A flex bundle that fits your lifestyle? With Smart Prepaid, they're a prepaid option for every lifestyle and budget, making it easy to stay connected wherever you are. Because with Smart Prepaid, you can connect on your terms. Purchase credit, data, flex bundles, prepaid plans, and all your favorite prepaid services at any Smart agent, Smart showroom, or simply dial *100 key. No stress, no waiting. Just fast, easy, convenient ways to stay connected every day. Smart Prepaid. Connect on your terms.
The next station is not just a place. It's the vacation capital of the world, Mexican Caribbean. Do you know why we are the capital of vacations? Because no other place on earth brings together so many ways to vacation in one single destination. Every vacation imaginable. Mexican Caribbean, the vacation capital.
People don't travel with cash anymore. People would stop and they want to do a coffee tour, they want to buy coffee, but people don't have cash with them. Online banking facilitated a lot of what we do. I don't have to run to town and I have to use fuel and other expenses. Atlantic Bank actually approached us. They facilitated us with a bank account, which is something that we didn't have in hand, and then with a POS machine. I sit and sip my good cup of coffee and do payments.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
He skipped nights out. Said maybe next time too often. Ramen became a lifestyle. All for this moment, his first car. Protect what you've worked for with RF&G Motor Insurance.
Prepare for the sweltering heat with a Rheem AC unit to keep you and your family cool and cozy. Get the recommended BTU for your bedroom or living room and enjoy complete comfort. You can also save some much-needed cash with an inverter unit, which provides superior energy efficiency. When the heat is on, stay cool with an affordable, dependable AC unit from Rheem. Available at Belize. Quality and savings.
In business, timing matters. Now, with Belize Bank's same-day settlement, transactions settled before 4 p.m. are deposited the very same night.
It's been a game changer for our cash flow. Waiting days to access our sales used to slow our business down. Now we could restock faster and pay our suppliers on time.
And with auto settlement, it's done for you every day. Same-day settlement from Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
Stay connected in the USA for as low as $10. With Smart Roaming Data Pass, staying connected is simple and affordable. Get the data you need starting at 1,000 megabytes to stay connected to larger plans that keep you online while you travel across the USA. So you can message, browse, video call, and navigate wherever you go. No SIM swap, no bill shock. Just simple, affordable pricing. Activate easily by dialing *100# using the Smart app or online. Smart Roaming Data Pass. Staying connected the smart way. Smart, bringing people together.
welcome back. We are jumping into our next conversation and we are switching gears into some pageantry talk. Now, this one I'm excited about because I think it's the first time I've personally heard about it. It's Belize's first Miss Black International, and we are joined, or Paul is joined by some queens. Sarah Smart. We have here with us the pageant coordinator, Elise Gaon Vernon, no stranger to you guys. Also here with us is Miss Black International Ambassador Belize, Queen Felicia Alas, and also Queen Mariam Abdul Kawi. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us. Good morning.
Yeah, this is really exciting. I've seen you guys make your posts online, and I was curious from the start. I was a little bit questioning, is Black International?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure what it was, but I saw you guys continue making your posts and explain a bit further. It definitely seems centered around a queen with a purpose, a queen with vision. You guys are definitely active. I see, Mariam, you're always talking about what you're up to. I see day in the life. So tell us, for people who might not be familiar with this new pageant, what it is and how can we follow your journeys?
Sure. So Miss Black International Ambassador is actually not a new pageant.
Okay.
It has been ongoing for over 10 years, of course, internationally. It is the first time we are having Belizean representation, which is incredible. And it is also the first time that we are hosting an international pageant here in Belize.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yes. So it's incredible. We have 2 queens. And there may be an exciting update, so I need everyone to stay tuned for that. But for right now, we have 2 queens, the Miss and the Ms. Let me explain the difference.
Is it MISS and MS?
Yes.
MISS. Okay.
So there are actually 4 categories. The teen, which runs from 14 to 19. Then the Miss, which is Felicia's category, which goes from 20 to 29. The Ms.
Age? Is that age?
Age.
Yes. Yeah.
Ms., which is MS, which Miriam's category. That is for unmarried. Of course, you can be widowed, but unmarried women. And then the Mrs. for the married woman.
Wow.
So we have 2 out of 4 at the moment.
Very inclusive.
Yes, very.
Yes.
Of course, it is centered around Black beauty, but it is more than that. It is about creating women who are leaders in their communities, creating trailblazers. And they'll tell you more about their leadership cohort that they've been participating in. But I found it just incredible that, yes, there's diversity, there's multiple representation in ages. And I'm just so happy that Belize is hosting this pageant.
All right, well, let's get the ladies in the conversation. Miss Felicia, tell me a bit about yourself and why you decided to be a part of this pageant.
So my name is Felicia Alas, for the ones that know me. I am representing Belize in the Miss Black part of the pageant. Alongside that, I am also a Pilates instructor.
I know, girl.
Yes, on the verge of opening my studio this coming month as well. My advocacy in the pageant focuses a lot on empowering women through wellness. Now, it goes way far beyond that. I'm striving to build a bridge between wellness and entrepreneurship. I've experienced it firsthand. What it's like to dedicate at least 30 minutes of your day towards fitness. You know, as females, oftentimes we are labeled as being emotional and not being able to be leaders or being entrepreneurs. However, I'm more than happy to, in this space, to create rooms whereby women can come to my sessions and my classes, and I push them to be the greatest versions of themselves. So that's definitely what my advocacy focuses around, and I decided to join the pageant because it aligns a lot with who I am as an individual, and the competition itself focuses a lot on leadership. As the woman, okay, what are you bringing to the table? What impact are you bringing to your community? So it allows, they push you to becoming a better leader and an entrepreneur.
But admittedly, I imagine there are things that are very different from your regular life because this is also your first pageant, too.
It is.
Has there been any challenges in this process so far?
I had to learn how to master my walk. I had to master how to talk, the public speaking. You know, sometimes it's a bit nerve-wracking, but it's nothing you can't get past. There's been a few challenges, but I felt very inclusive. The competition, you know, has been centered around sisterhood, creating relationships. So I have been very grateful for the opportunity.
For you, Miss Mariam,
Yes.
why is this event a fit for you?
It's definitely a fit for me, and just to piggyback off what Felicia said, it's a pageant that aligns with community leaders and change makers, and that's my life's work, you know, with the free yoga sessions that I offer to the community, offering free sessions to pageant girlies to make sure that they can breathe correctly and, you know, build their self-esteem and empower them. So for me, this was like the actual perfect fit because it is celebrating community leaders and celebrating change makers in their community. And I think it's nice for women to have a platform where they're being celebrated for the work that they do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I love the motto of Miss Black International. It's to empower, encourage, and enlighten.
Yeah.
And those three words like really stuck with me because I feel like that is exactly the work that I've been doing and that I will continue to do even after the pageant.
Absolutely. Now, Elise, you mentioned that a big part of the announcement of having participation in this pageant is also that it's going to be hosted here in Belize. How did we get this opportunity?
The opportunity actually came to our director, Ashley Lightburn. They offered her this franchise and she saw it as an opportunity to expand reach, create diversity for Belizeans. Because honestly, not every queen might fit with every other pageant. So this pageant creates a space where if you are comfortable, if you want to find leadership skills and build those skills, then this is the pageant for you. And this sets a stage that others may set as well, but different pageants goes for different queens, and that's what I really like about this pageant. And Ashley saw that. She saw that she can create this space for queens who might not fit other crowns, and they may find themselves on this stage and feel comfortable and feel free. And so she opened that up, and this is it's an incredible opportunity for Belize because
when will the event take place? And I want to learn a little bit more about how the event is planned in terms of the different categories.
Yes. So the event is taking place August 15th at Biltmore, 7 p.m. Please be there. And it's incredible because they don't have a swimsuit competition. They instead have a fitness wear competition.
Ooh, love it.
And we have two wellness girlies here.
Yes,
you know,
clearly.
yoga, Pilates, yeah. So it's right down their line. But aside from the fitness, they of course have their intro. They have their opening dance, which I'm really excited to see. And then the evening gown and the costume. So these are some typical pageant scenes and categories, but I'm looking forward to the fitness round.
They're participating in different categories, but in the same event, at the same event. Is that how it works?
Yes.
Yes.
So they are competing in their age categories, but it is one competition. And I love that because you're really seeing the diversity of age and women and what they're bringing to the table.
That's interesting. It's like cycling, right? You have everybody from
bodybuilding, weight class, age class.
In most competitions that happen.
Exactly.
All right.
I like this.
It's very inclusive. It's very body positive as well. So, you know, I'm already like thinking like for any Belizean woman that's listening that may be interested, I mean, this pageant may be around, you know, so if you're interested for next year, you know, you could represent Belize and you don't have to worry about your age and you don't have to worry about your body type, as Elise mentioned earlier. It is all inclusive for all types of women.
We don't have any teens this year in the teens category.
We do not for Belize, but...
I'm telling everyone to stay tuned for
Yeah,
potential update.
listen.
Okay. So please follow our Instagram, MBIA_Belize.
I know when I'm hitting the right button.
But beyond the pageant, when one of these ladies are chosen for the respective categories, what happens when they win? Do they get to travel, especially since it's like an international pageant? What takes place after?
The main focus of the pageant is, of course, opening opportunities for women. That is what it's centered around. It's about creating a space where advocacies can continue and create ongoing impact in the environment and in the community. And so this is something that they want to continue doing, and they create that space for it. So in the year of their reign, they continue working with their sister queens because, of course, there's a diversity of queen. I mean, we wish that we can take all the crowns, like all our queens win for Belize. But in the event that there are different queens from different countries, they then get to meet and work with these incredible women of all age groups. And that is a year of creating impact in communities. And the opportunities are endless, from scholarships to different leadership opportunities. So that's what they'll be doing in the year of the reign. It's not just win the crown and that's it. This is about creating impact.
Excellent. Well, ladies, how can we get tickets? We want to be there. We want to see history.
Yes, so you can get tickets on the website, and then you can also
reach out to any of us on the team, and we'll be happy to direct you.
Ticket prices? What are the prices of the tickets?
Ticket prices are $60 and $100 Belize. So it's for an international pageant. I think that is an incredible opportunity. Right at Biltmore, August 15th again. We are trying to work on local agents, but for the time being, you can get it online, or you can reach out to any of us or on the Instagram page as well.
And the time of the pageant?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Well, ladies, good luck. I hope that we have, both of you ladies walking away with the crown. But regardless, I know they can't compete with our Belizean Miss and Miss.
We are still seeking sponsorships, of course, because there's a lot of financial aid that we need as well. And I'd like to reach out to anyone who'd love to sponsor our beautiful queens, because again, this is an international stage, an incredible opportunity to showcase Belize and Belizean talent.
Alrighty, well, thank you very much for that, Elise, and also congratulations again, ladies. We wish you all the best.
Thank you.
All right, we take one other quick break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we still have more Queen conversations to jump into. We'll be talking about Miss Universe Belize 2026, the journey to the crown.
Ishmael from Beltrade. Check out the show. You don't want to miss what's on offer for MSMEs in Belize and in the tourism industry specifically.
Hi everyone, I'm Mauricio Raeta. Please don't miss the next Belize Travel Beat show. We will be talking about the importance of SMEs in the regional promotion tourism in Central America.
Hi, I'm David from the Center of Promotion of MSMEs in Central America and Dominican Republic. Don't miss the next show of Travel Beat in Belize.
Join us for the next episode of the Belize Travel Beat. We'll be talking about how small, medium, and micro businesses can benefit within the tourism industry.
Introducing BB Insurance, built for Belize. Your security, our priority.
We at Fulltech Systems understand that technology isn't just a tool, it's a game changer. At home, smart devices and AI are revolutionizing daily life. In education, tech is making learning more interactive and accessible for students and educators alike. For businesses and government, it's driving innovation, streamlining operations, and unlocking growth, leveraging tech for better services, infrastructure, and security. At Fulltech Systems, we help you thrive with cutting-edge solutions, partnering with leaders like Dell, HP, Microsoft, APC, Fortinet, Cisco, and Tomy. we deliver the right products for your needs, whether it's boosting efficiency, improving customer engagement, or scaling operations. Connect with us and let's drive innovation together. Full-Tech Systems, your technology center, where you come for the price, but stay for the service.
They'll name you 100 reasons to step back. But when you achieve your goal, they will follow you. Gorilla, make some noise.
Life moves fast. Your connection should keep up. Need more credit? More data? A flex bundle that fits your lifestyle? With Smart Prepaid, they're a prepaid option for every lifestyle and budget, making it easy to stay connected wherever you are. Because with Smart Prepaid, you can connect on your terms. Purchase credit, data, flex bundles, prepaid plans, and all your favorite prepaid services at any Smart agent, Smart showroom, or simply dial *100# key. No stress, no waiting. Just fast, easy, convenient ways to stay connected every day. Smart Prepaid. Connect on your terms.
He skipped nights out. Said maybe next time too often. Ramen became a lifestyle. All for this moment, his first car. Protect what you've worked for with RF&G Motor Insurance.
Every business starts with a vision. And everyday Belizean entrepreneurs are turning that vision into reality.
Hi, I'm Rosalie, General Manager of Cards and Merchant Services at the Belize Bank. Today, I am proud to introduce our new solution designed specifically for Belize's small and medium-sized businesses.
Introducing the Belize Bank Advantage Mastercard SME Business Credit Card. Whether you're managing everyday expenses, purchasing inventory, or investing in growth, this card gives your business the flexibility to move forward with confidence. Applying is easy. Visit any Belize Bank branch and speak with one of our SME officers. We'll help you find a solution that best fits your business. Your business is building Belize's future. Let Belize Bank help power what's next.
Are you enjoying the incredible voices of KTV The Remix Season 8? Well, don't forget, the power is in your hands. This week, each remaining contestant has been assigned a new voting number. To vote for your favorite KTV contestant, simply text the number of votes, followed by a space, then your contestant's assigned voting number, and send it to 585. And remember, you can also send credit directly to your favorite contestant's assigned smartphone number. Here are this week's remaining contestants and their new voting numbers.
I know how to leave the young thing alone, but ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Turn me down, oh, but tell me who's getting all of my, I want one moment in time when I'm more than people want diamond rings, and some just want everything, but everything means nothing. Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. I'd risk my life to feel your body next to mine, 'cause I can't.
Who will make it through to next week? Your vote can keep your KTV star on the stage. Vote before Sunday at midnight. Join us at The Bliss every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for KTV The Remix Season 8.
are jumping into our final conversation, but certainly not the least. We're still on the topic of pageants, and really, this is the race to the crown, Miss Universe Belize 2026. Now, if we quickly zoom out, you'll see I'm joined by some amazing women on set. Let's get a pageant, a queen wave in, ladies. Yes, yes, yes. I'm so excited to introduce you to the delegates of the Miss Universe Belize 2026 pageant. I'll just quickly call them out by name. We have here with us Samantha Jones. Let's just get a quick wave.
Hi, everyone.
Yes, Zadie Veos.
Hi, everyone.
All right. Sade Ellington.
Hello.
Callie Rose West.
Good morning.
Kieran Marie Chan.
Good morning, guys.
Vivian Magdalene Morales.
Buenos dias.
Rena Angela Thompson.
Good morning.
And Litzy Manzanilla.
Good morning, guys.
Now, I want to say very quickly, just because we don't have too much time, congratulations, ladies, for being shortlisted for this year's Miss Universe Belize pageant. This is huge. I think there's so many things that has taken place since the announcement. We had your director on set with us just a few weeks ago talking about this huge shift and really what feels kind of like a breath of fresh air. I also feel like this is one of the times I've seen the most delegates also in the pageant. But because we don't have too much time, I can't get into many questions for each of you answering it. So I won't ask why you decided to be a part of the pageant. I'll just ask some individual questions based on your personal journey so far. I want to ask in the order of the names that I have here. Samantha Jones, you are a volleyball athlete.
Yes,
so I'm going based on what I've been studying so far online, yes? You are a volleyball athlete and you are switching from uniform gear into some pageant heels. I also saw you practicing that walk, girl. How has it been so far, training for this pageant?
Well, all I can say, to God be the glory. I am here, still able to represent young Belizean black women. It's not easy. Day to day, I have practice every day, Monday through Friday. I have to train kids Monday through Friday in Belize and in my village. I started up a volleyball program there Wednesday. So honestly, I've just been taking it day to day. Thank God we have a great director, Destiny Wagner. She's been behind the scenes messaging us. A lot of these girls, very wonderful. They all reach out. So I really just been leaning on God, my family, and my ability to be brave.
Yes.
Be brave, confident, and know that, even though I'm an athlete, I'm able to just advocate and come up here. I'm here for the youth, so I want to be able to fight for them and, share my voice with everybody.
And your platform, which is really pushing sports and empowerment through sports, is very similar to Callie Rose West. Yes. She is a basketball athlete, so she's also switching uniform gears into high heels. I've been seeing your walk too. Nasty girl, I love it. Tell me about what this journey has been like so far.
Just chiming off of Sam, it's been nothing but amazing. These beautiful ladies right here make this transition nothing but easy. Destiny as well. She gives us all the great pointers and tips coming from a former queen herself. Yeah. So yes, it's been nothing short of amazing. I really enjoy it.
And for both of you ladies, this is also your first pageant, I understand?
This is my first pageant.
It's my first as an adult. I actually did a pageant when I was around 6 to 7 years old back in the States.
Okay. So. Well, girl, you have experience. Okay. All right. Let's take things over to Sade Ellington right beside you. Sade, I'm not too familiar with your background, but I would like to know what this shift has been like for you so far.
Absolutely. I haven't had the opportunity to kind of introduce myself yet to the audience, but my background is my family's from Punta Gorda, Belize. I'm a proud Garifuna woman, and I grew up, coming home to Belize every year, and my parents really encouraged me and empowered me to not just chase, one dream. I've had the opportunity to be a chemical engineer. I'm studying to be a pilot. I have a beauty business as well.
How do you have the time? Girl,
and
you don't
I'm
have
in the pageant.
Time? Why are you here?
I'm actually flying to work right after this.
Oh my God,
today.
That's insane.
Yep, and I came in yesterday. So it's just been amazing, like everyone's saying, being around such empowered, talented, creative women. And being able to, I would say my advocacy is just encouraging women to dream big.
Yes.
You know, and you don't have to pick one dream. You can pick all of them, and
I
you can
love
be
that.
great, and you can explore, and you can be multifaceted.
Yeah, and I think if there's ever an example that we want to set for future girls or just people in general, it's exactly that. That if you really want it, you can have it all. You know, a lot of times as women, we are expected to choose between different things, and I think it's perfect to have different examples of that. I'm going to take things over to let's go to Zadie Veos. Zadie, in our mids. Zadie, if my memory serves me correctly, you work in culture.
That's
yes.
correct. Yes.
You are from the north?
That is correct. From
And
Corozal.
yes, you work in the House of Culture, so you are trying to share culture with the public, and
Yeah.
that's also a part of your platform.
Yes, ma'am. That's
Very
correct.
different from what you're doing here as well. How has that been?
Well, actually, I think for many of us, it's actually our first pageant, because likewise, this is my first pageant, so the experience has been quite new. It's an eye-opener. I do deal a lot with persons and people, but the platform is completely different.
Yes.
Nevertheless, I think it's been a beautiful journey, and the experience we take from it will be lasting. And when it comes to my platform, I do work in culture, but I'm adding the creative and educational to it, because I don't only want to focus necessarily on just women empowerment, but the public in itself. I'm focusing on the youths, on the elders, on the children itself, because at the end of the day, we make up our community.
I really like that, and I'm hoping that we can see people talk more about that. I know you could also use a bit of your creativity with culture in the costume aspect as well, and hopefully we have some time to talk about that. But I want to get Litzy in the conversation. Manzanilla, Litzy. Okay, let me see if I remember. Litzy, you work, you do like marching band stuff. You work with a school? Yes, so you could teach us a thing or two with some moves, yes? Now, you seem very expressive. I love the hair. How have you been able to mix a bit of your personality and where you come from into this experience as a delegate?
Well, it hasn't been easy, honestly.
Really? Tell me the real tea, girl.
As someone who's like stepping out of her comfort zone, this is completely new to me.
Okay.
Sure, I'm a dancer, and dancing has taught me that confidence doesn't come overnight. And that's what I'm advocating for. I know what it's like to be hidden in the shadows, you know, for people like not to notice you, but you know that you're there. So I'm advocating for the youth to own their own journey, to pick their own path, to not be afraid, to express who they are, whether it's through arts, through our hair color, through dancing. I want them to express themselves freely without knowing that they're being judged socially.
Yeah, I really like that. Now, I want to get Kieran Marie Chan in the conversation. Kieran, you are a professional working in Belmopan, but what really struck me about your introduction was what you're advocating for. You are switching things up and you're pushing men's mental health.
Yeah.
Now, I think that's quite different, because normally when we have representation on these types of platforms, it's usually about women empowerment because you are the face of a woman. Why did you decide to advocate for men?
Well, I believe that everyone deserves to be in the spotlight, and we can't forget the men, because they do play a big role when it comes to women's lives as well. I understand that a lot of women want to be independent and so forth. However, when it comes to having a stable household, the men play a big role in there as well. And I think that we need to make sure that they are mentally okay, in the right state of mind, because it can affect a lot of things, you know. It can, for example, domestic violence, all of that stems from them not being, you know, okay. I guess society has, you know, got them so used to having to put this mask on. But I strongly believe that everyone deserves a bit of grace. You know, we're only human, everyone has feelings and emotions. And having a safe space to can speak to someone and express yourself, that really takes a lot off your shoulder. And I want men and young boys to understand that you don't need to face, the life challenges alone. There is someone willing to, hear you out and be there. Like myself, I would rather sit down, doesn't matter how long, you might give me or 5 minutes or hours. I would want to hear your story. I would want to hear what's on your mind. How can I be of assistance to you? Because as a woman, we have that nurturing in us, So it's natural for us to want to nurture someone. So I believe that they need to understand that vulnerability is not a sign of weakness. That won't make you be less of a man. It's actually speaking up that shows that you have the strength to come out and speak up for yourself. So that is why, and as you said, a lot of people, especially pageants, it's only focused on us women, but I want to let them know that when it comes to the men's mental health aspect, that does in a way affect us too in relationships, in households. Some of them are not there for their kids maybe. And all of that really stems from that. So we need to focus on that and bring more light to it, I would believe.
All right, well, thank you very much for that. I'm going to send things over thousands of miles over in Taiwan to Rena Angela Thompson, where she is also presenting herself as a leader in her community, a leader in education. Rena, I know you personally, and I haven't seen you in so many years. You have bloomed right before my eyes, girl. Tell me, why did you decide to do this?
So I am a student pursuing a dual degree. I'm pursuing a bachelor's degree in international relations and a master's degree in political science. And after setting out to pursue my dreams of assuming the leadership position in parliament, I've come to realize that women in Belize specifically and all over the world, we're underrepresented in rooms where policies on education and any form of shaping the country is mentioned. And I just wanted to advocate for women and encourage them to step out of your comfort zone and not be afraid to go into rooms where you're told that you're not welcome, or the circumstances that society set for you. Break the bar.
Yeah.
Go out and become your own opportunity. Don't wait for a man to tell you that you're good enough to lead this country. You're not capable of leading because you lead based on emotions. I want to inspire young women to understand that it's that same empathy that gives us the mindset that we need to give people a better governance, because we come with lived experiences. And I just want to share with everyone like what I've learned so far in my field.
Beautifully said. Thank you very much, Rena. Now, the reason why I saved the last delegate for last is because of all the ladies that have spoken so far. This is your first time in the Miss Universe Belize pageant. Now we have Vivian Magdalene Morales, and I think she is such a unique case for us here in Belize, because we've seen internationally several of these delegates, if they did not place or if they did not win, they try again. And oftentimes that is celebrated. But here in Belize, we tend to judge a little bit, you know? But I think Vivian is such a perfect example, and perhaps even setting an example and shifting that narrative, where people are now celebrating the fact that she is repeating this pageant not once, not twice, but for the third time. Vivian, good morning and welcome back. It's also the first time I'm interviewing you. That's why you come back, right? Yes. Vivian. No. Same question for you. Tell me about what brought you back.
What brought me back? A dream is a small picture of a possibility. And to accomplish those dreams, it takes a lot of hard work, a lot of discipline, a lot of resilience, persistency. And so I think coming back this time around, I don't want people to just listen to my words anymore. I invite them to take a look at my story, you know. It's my third time competing, and my advocacy, I think it has grown tremendously from when I first competed. My first year, I was advocating for victims of sexual abuse because I've been open about being a victim myself, or a survivor, as I'd like to say. When I came back in 2024, I was then advocating for women in leadership, and I'm happy to see that Rena is now doing the same thing, because then 5 years after, I came back as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And so coming back now, my advocacy is now beyond the classroom, which is basically that education prepares us for a career, but life prepares us for your purpose.
Yeah.
And so this time around, I think that if it's one thing we should be teaching our young people today is courage, because life won't always go as planned. What do we tell people when they don't get a scholarship, when they don't get accepted in the university, when they don't get a job? So I think that I am not just, I'm proud to be Belizean, but I think it makes me a universal woman, which is that I'm able to, a lot of people go through rejection, go through loss, and I've been through it.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of courage, like you said, and I just really hope that I could inspire, and like you said, change the stigma, because in other parts of the world, it's normal for girls to compete, 3-4 times. One of my favorite Miss Universe, actually, she competed 4 times till she...
And they win. They gain experience. You come back, oh, that's what you needed? All right, I'll give you that next year.
Yes.
Yeah. I think just hearing all of you ladies talk about your personal experiences and what is driving you to be a part of this pageant, it really shows that you are multi-layered women. And Vivian, just to really hone in on the point that you were mentioning, life shapes you and you evolve over time, and there's so much more that you can bring the more you grow. But unfortunately, we don't have enough time to dive into our personal stories and get all deep. Let's talk about the pageant itself, because I know it's quickly approaching. The big pageant is taking place in November. So we are hosting the local pageant in August, which is next month. And next one starts tomorrow. Yeah. So when is the date? How can we get tickets? And then quickly, I have one more question I want to ask some clarity on. Date of the pageant and how can we get tickets?
August 15th.
15th, just like the Miss Black International.
Yes.
Oh, wow. So I heard through the grapevine that you guys are not getting your own dresses. This one is very different from the others that I've followed. Tell me a little bit about that. Why is that taking place?
Well, I believe that with the new organization, they are the ones who are going to be providing the evening gowns, and also the other the wardrobes that we're going to be wearing, which is actually helpful in a way, and it takes a lot off our shoulders, because with the little time that we have, it would be a bit hectic for us to find a designer and so forth. So
the finances involved, these dresses I imagine are expensive.
Yes, it is. So we're really thankful for that, for the new organization, for supporting us in that way. So
how about costumes? Because is that an element of the pageant this year?
No.
Okay, but
we never really do.
But is, because I was told that that is something that you guys are also working on for the international pageant.
Yes.
So what's the conversation about that? Are you guys already discussing that? No, not as yet?
Not as yet.
Okay. Well, ladies, as we wind things down, I just need one person to tell me why I should attend the pageant. Because I have an event I have for Gora, the 15th, and I need to know if I need to skip out on that and go to this instead. Who's going to take it? All right, let's go, Samantha.
I believe that you should come because this is a moment and experience, not just for entertainment, to see young, beautiful women, showcase, on the stage, but it's also for us to advocate for things that we're heartfelt about. We're not just saying, oh, we want to advocate for this because it looked good. We coming from the heart, and it's I feel like maybe you can relate to what we're going through, or maybe, you can get a breakthrough from coming through, experiencing, just us sharing our life and looking good while we're doing it.
Yeah.
So,
is it live stream?
I'm not sure.
Yes,
I hope so. Okay. Yeah, it is live stream. And then also we're competing, so may the best, win.
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching that like it's the game, girl. All right, but we do have to wrap things up at this time. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining us or joining me. It has been a pleasure. I really wish all of you could win, but really you all are queens. But I know that this takes a lot of courage, even investment. I imagine you have to put yourselves out there and have people believe in what you are doing enough so that they can support it and sponsor it too. So congratulations if you've been able to do that. But I do have to wrap things up now, and I want to say thank you to everyone who has joined us so far, all of our guests, all of you guys locking in the comment section and sharing your thoughts as well. It is July 31st, and if you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you'd like to give a birthday shout out, or if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can send us an email at oye@greaterbelize.com. You can also catch us on our social media pages. We have Facebook, that's Open Your Eyes BZ, Instagram, that's OYE Belize, TikTok. You can catch us on our TikTok lives. We go live sometimes before the show starts. That's openyoureyes.bz. And then you can call us or text us on our OYE phone number. That's 675-2555. But please, do us a favor and join us again on Monday. It's not a holiday, when you open your eyes and start your morning right. Until then, be sure to keep your eyes, your mind, and your hearts wide open. Have a wonderful Friday, have a great weekend, and we'll catch you next week. Bye.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by the Belize Bank, our country, your bank, and Smart, bringing people together.